Hello, Autograph Fisherman here, and I have another player profile for you. Today it is Chris Miller, number 1213. Position, quarterback. Personal information. Born August 9, 1965. Pomona, California, U.S. Height, 6 feet 2 inches, 1.88 meters. Weight, 212 pounds, 96 kilograms. Career information. High school, Sheldon, Eugene, Oregon. College, Oregon. NFL draft, 1987 round. 1 pick, 13. Career history. As a player, Atlanta Falcons, 1987 to 1993. Los Angeles/St. Louis Rams, 1994 to 1995. Denver Broncos, 1999. As a coach, South Eugene HS or 2001 to 2006. Head coach, Arizona Cardinals, 2009 to 2011. Quarterbacks coach, South Eugene HS or 2013. Head coach, West Linn HS or 2014 to 2019. Head coach, Houston Roughnecks, 2020. Offensive coordinator, West Linn HS or 2020 to 2022. Head coach, career highlights and awards. Pro Bowl 1991. 2 times first team All-Pac-10 1985, 1986. Career NFL statistics. Pass attempts, 2,892. Pass completions, 1,580. Percentage, 54.6. TD, int, 123 to 102. Passing yards, 19,320. Passer rating, 74.9. Christopher James Miller, born August 9, 1965, is an American football coach and former player. He played professionally as a quarterback in the National Football League. Miller played college football for the Oregon Ducks and was selected by the Atlanta Falcons in the first round of the 1987 NFL Draft with the 13th overall pick. He also played in the NFL for the Los Angeles/St. Louis Rams and Denver Broncos. Early life. Born in Pomona, California, Miller was raised in Oregon. He attended Sheldon High School in Eugene, Oregon. He was star athlete in 3 sports: baseball, football, and basketball. College athlete. Miller attended University of Oregon where he played quarterback for the Oregon Ducks football team. He was considered a risky recruit for higher-ranked college teams due to concerns about a knee injury he suffered in high school. His 6,681 career yards and 42 touchdowns were school records when he left for the NFL. In 1999, he was inducted into the Athletic Hall of Fame. Professional career. Miller was drafted in the first round by the moribund Atlanta Falcons in 1987 as the third of 4 quarterbacks, Vinny Testaverde, Kelly Stouffer, and Jim Harbaugh selected in the first round. In a season that saw the team use 5 quarterbacks where Scott Campbell had the most playing time, Miller started the last 2 games of a 3-12 season. He threw 4 interceptions in both his debut against San Francisco and his next game against Detroit, although he did record his first touchdown pass in the former. Miller was tapped to be the starter for the 1988 season. Injuries would limit him to 13 starts and a 5-8 record while throwing 11 touchdowns to 12 interceptions on 2,133 yards. The next season saw him play 15 games and throw for 3,459 yards with 16 touchdowns to 10 interceptions while leading the league in interception percentage, 1.9%, although Atlanta went 3-12. Miller started the first 12 games of the 1990 season and threw for 2,735 yards with 17 touchdowns to 14 interceptions but went 3-9. 1991 would be his best season as a starter. In 14 starts, the Falcons went 9-5 with Miller under center while throwing for 3,103 yards with 26 touchdowns to 18 interceptions. The Falcons qualified for the postseason that year for the first time in 9 years. In the wild card round against the New Orleans Saints on the road, he threw 18 of 30 for 291 yards with 3 touchdowns and 1 interception in a 27-20 victory for their first playoff victory since 1978. In the divisional round matchup against Washington, he went 17 of 32 for 178 yards with 4 interceptions as the Falcons lost 24-7 to the eventual Super Bowl champions. Miller was mired by injury in 1992, playing in just 8 games. having a 15-6 TD/INT ratio. That year, while having a career-high throw for 89 yards during the year when he tore his ACL at the Georgia Dome when his spikes were caught in the turf. The next year saw him start just 2 games and go 0-2 before he tore the same ACL against Pittsburgh. He moved to the Los Angeles Rams as a free agent in 1994. He served as the starter for 10 games and threw for 2,104 yards with 16 touchdowns to 14 interceptions. The 1995 season was his last as a general starter, where he went 7-6 while throwing for 2,623 yards with 18 touchdowns to 15 interceptions. After being released by the Rams in the offseason, he elected to retire, having suffered 5 concussions in the span of 14 months. In 1999, Miller was recruited to serve in the quarterback's room of the Denver Broncos, who had rookie Brian Griese and Bubby Brister after the retirement of John Elway in the offseason. Miller wound up starting 3 games for the team, going 2-1 with 527 passing yards combined. A collision during a run fake on Monday night game against Oakland saw him suffer a concussion that convinced him that it was best to retire for good in January 2000. He was inducted into the Oregon Sports Hall of Fame in 2005. Coaching career. Miller was the head coach for South Eugene High School in Eugene, Oregon from 2001 to 2006. He was also the quarterback coach for the Arizona Cardinals from 2009 to 2011. In 2013, Miller returned to South Eugene as head coach. In 2014, he was named the head football coach at West Linn High School. Before the 2019 season, Miller announced he would depart West Linn at year's end to join the Houston Roughnecks of the XFL as offensive coordinator. In May 2020, he was named head coach of Franklin High School in Portland, Oregon. He never coached a game for the Lightning, however, as his former position at West Linn opened up a few weeks later and Miller returned to the Lions on July 8, 2020. Well, that is another profile video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any thoughts about Chris Miller, let me know in the comments. I would like to read them. So like, share, and subscribe. As always, until next time, keep on collecting. Bye.
Welcome, Autograph Fisherman here, and I have another profile video for you. Today it is Dan Quisenberry. Pitcher. Born February 7, 1953. Santa Monica, California, U.S. Died September 30, 1998, aged 45. Leawood, Kansas, U.S. Batted right. Threw right. MLB debut July 8, 1979, for the Kansas City Royals. Last MLB appearance, April 23, 1990, for the San Francisco Giants. MLB statistics. Win-loss record 56-46. Earned run average 2.76. Strikeouts 379. Teams. Kansas City Royals, 1979 to 1988. St. Louis Cardinals, 1988 to 1989. San Francisco Giants, 1990. Career highlights and awards. 3 times All-Star, 1982 to 1984. World Series champion, 1985. 5 times AL Rolaids Relief Man Award, 1980. 1982 to 1985. 5 times AL Saves Leader, 1980. 1982 to 1985. Kansas City Royals Hall of Fame. Daniel Raymond Quisenberry, February 7, 1953 to September 30, 1998. Nicknamed Quiz, was an American right-handed relief pitcher in Major League Baseball who played primarily for the Kansas City Royals. Notable for his submarine-style pitching delivery and his humorous quotes, he led the American League in saves a record 5 times, 1980, 1982 to 85. Quisenberry retired in 1990 with 244 saves, then the 5th highest total in Major League history. Early life. Quisenberry was born in Santa Monica, California. His name is the English mutation of the German surname Questenberg, a village in Saxony-Anhalt. His parents divorced when he was 7 years old and his mother remarried Art Miola, a Rockwell International engineer who encouraged him and his older brother to play baseball. Quisenberry played baseball at Costa Mesa High School/Middle School. In 1973, while attending Orange Coast College, he was named Team MVP. He was then recruited by the University of La Verne, a Church of the Brethren college, where he met his future wife, Janie Howard, while attending a class in square dancing. Career. Quisenberry signed with the Royals as an amateur free agent in 1975 for a Class A team in Waterloo, Iowa, and pitched a complete game in his first start. At the end of the season, he was promoted to the Double-A team in Jacksonville, Florida. At the time, he worked for a sporting goods store during the day and a mortuary at night. In the winter of 1978, he attended Fresno Pacific University, affiliated with the Mennonite Brethren Church, to get a teaching degree in case his baseball career was not successful. On July 8, 1979, at the age of 26, he made his major league debut with the Kansas City Royals against the Chicago White Sox, pitching 2 2/3 scoreless innings, and surrendering just 2 hits and no walks. Quisenberry appeared in 32 games and posted a 3-2 record with a 3.15 earned run average and 5 saves. During spring training in 1980, manager Jim Frey suggested that Quisenberry learn the submarine-style delivery from Pittsburgh Pirates reliever Kent Tuckolv to confuse hitters, because he could not overpower them with a fastball. From 1980 to 1985, Quisenberry was the American League's dominant closer, leading the American League in saves all 6 seasons, with the exception of the strike-shortened 1981 season. During that same span, he posted an ERA of 2.45 and won the Rolaids Reliefman Award each season. He also finished in the top 5 in voting for the Cy Young Award during this span. He won the Sporting News Reliever of the Year award every year from 1982 to 1985. Unlike many of his peer closers, Quisenberry did not possess a hard fastball, and thus had to rely on pinpoint control, guile, and deception, which was augmented by the submarine delivery he first used in 1980. His primary pitch was a sinking fastball, which causes hitters to hit the ball on the ground rather than in the air. He also threw a curveball, a changeup he developed in 1984, and an occasional knuckleball. Although Quisenberry was not a strikeout pitcher, averaging only 3.3 strikeouts per 9 innings during his career, he offset this deficiency by seldom walking batters or throwing wild pitches. His 45 saves in 1983 set a single-season record, tied in 1984 by Bruce Sutter and broken in 1986 by Dave Righetti, and set a team record that was matched in 1993 by Jeff Montgomery and surpassed in 2013 by Greg Holland. Quisenberry was the first pitcher in Major League history to save more than 40 games in a season twice in his career. He won a World Series with the Royals in 1985 and was the winning pitcher of Game 6, notorious for Don Denkinger's blown call at first base. In 1983, the Royals signed Quisenberry to a lifetime contract, similar to the contract of his teammate, George Brett. However, a rocky start in 1988 led to Quisenberry's relegation to middle relief and mop-up duty. Shortly before the All-Star break, he was released by the Royals. 10 days later, the St. Louis Cardinals, managed by ex-Royals manager Whitey Herzog, signed Quisenberry as a free agent. After pitching for a year and a half in St. Louis, Quisenberry signed to play with the San Francisco Giants in 1990. He tore his rotator cuff just 5 appearances into the 1990 season. This was the first serious injury of his career. Quisenberry retired from baseball in 1990 with 244 saves, then the 5th highest total in Major League history. In the 1996 Baseball Hall of Fame balloting by the Baseball Writers Association of America, Quisenberry received 18 votes, just under the 24-vote, 5%, cutoff to remain on the ballot. In the same election, Bruce Sutter, a pitcher with remarkably similar overall statistics, received 137 votes. Sutter went on to be elected to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in 2006. In 2013, Quisenberry's Hall of Fame candidacy was given a second look by the Expansion Era Committee, which re-examines the credentials of overlooked players from 1973 present, but he fell short of the 12 votes needed from the 16-member panel. Along with Sutter and Rich Gossage, Quisenberry was at the forefront of the transition from relief ace to the Tony La Russa 9th inning closer. Personal life. Quisenberry and his wife lived in Kansas City. They had 2 children, Alicia and David. The family supported the Harvesters Food Bank. Quisenberry was religious. Originally considered a hothead, Quisenberry credited his wife as well as Christianity for calming him. After his baseball career ended, Quisenberry became a poet, publishing 3 poems in 1995 and a book of poetry titled On Days Like This in 1998. He was also one of baseball's most quotable characters, with bon mots like, "I found a delivery in my flaw" and "I've seen the future and it's much like the present, only longer." The latter quote, however, had been published verbatim nearly 2 decades prior. Death. In January 1998, Quisenberry cut short a snowboarding vacation in Colorado because of headaches, dizzy spells, and blurred vision. Quisenberry was diagnosed with grade 4 astrocytoma, a highly malignant form of brain cancer. He died at age 45 in September 1998 in Leawood, Kansas. Well, that was another player profile. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any thoughts about Dan Quisenberry, let me know in the comments. I would like to read them. Anyways, like, share and subscribe, and until next time, keep on collecting. Bye.
Join myself and JD Delay in fighting chomos and other bad thing by shopping at Convict Clothing. There are some amazing cloths for all at great prices. Nationwide free shipping for any order over $50. Just use the keyword autograph for a discount. And while you are shopping, also check out my store and perhaps become a member for only 99 cents. Both stores' links are in the description. Back to the video.
Welcome. Autograph Fisherman here, and I have a profile video for you. Today it is Bobby Meacham, shortstop, born August 25, 1960. Los Angeles, California, U.S. Batted switch. Through right. MLB debut. June 30th, 1983, for the New York Yankees. Last MLB appearance. July 10th, 1988, for the New York Yankees. MLB statistics. Batting average .236. Home runs 8. Runs batted in 114. Teams. As player. New York Yankees, 1983 to 1988. As coach. Florida Marlins, 2006. San Diego Padres, 2007. New York Yankees, 2008. Houston Astros, 2009 to 2012. Philadelphia Phillies, 2020 to 2022. Robert Andrew Meacham, born August 25, 1960, is an American former professional baseball shortstop who spent his entire 6-year big league playing career with the New York Yankees of Major League Baseball, MLB. Since retiring from active play, Meacham has managed and coached for several organizations in the majors and minors. College career, San Diego State Aztecs. Meacham was drafted by the Chicago White Sox out of Mater Dei High School in Santa Ana, California, in the 14th round of the 1978 Major League Baseball draft, but chose, instead, to play college baseball at San Diego State University. Meacham earned third-team All-America accolades as a freshman and was named San Diego State Aztecs team MVP in 1979. He was second-team All-American in 1981 after batting .375 with 7 home runs, 51 runs batted in, and 44 stolen bases, and was selected by the St. Louis Cardinals with the 8th overall pick in the 1981 Major League Baseball draft. Meacham signed with the Cardinals, ending his college career as SDSU's all-time leader in runs, 214, hits 277, and at-bats 767, and was second in career stolen bases 116, including a streak of 30 consecutive successful steals. Baseball Hall of Fame member Tony Gwynn credited Meacham for helping him join the Aztecs baseball team after coming to the school on a basketball scholarship. The two played against each other in high school, and Meacham, knowing Gwynn's abilities well, encouraged Coach Jim Dietz to give him an opportunity. Professional playing career, St. Louis Cardinals. Meacham batted only .182 for the Gastonia Cardinals of the South Atlantic League in 1981. His batting average improved to .259 in 1982 with the Florida State League's St. Petersburg Cardinals, but his .915 fielding percentage and 47 errors was far worse than the organization that employed Ozzie Smith at short was accustomed to. On December 14, 1982, Meacham was traded to the New York Yankees with outfielder Stan Javier for pitchers Marty Mason and Steve Fincher and outfielder Bob Helsam in a minor league deal. New York Yankees. The trade turned out to be a very good deal for the Yankees, as none of the three players the Yankees sent to the Cardinals ever reached the major leagues, and Javier was later included in the December 5, 1984 deal that brought them Rickey Henderson from the Oakland Athletics. Meacham, meanwhile, earned a major league promotion by June of his first season with his new club. He made his MLB debut on June 30, 1983, in the 12th inning of an extra inning game against the Baltimore Orioles. The Yankees won on a Butch Weingart walk-off home run before Meacham could log his first major league plate appearance. That did not occur until his third major league game, against the Seattle Mariners on September 3, 1983. He lined out to Mariners' third baseman Manny Castillo. By the end of the season, Meacham had won the Yankees' starting shortstop job, appearing in a total of 22 games. While batting .235 in 51 at-bats during the offseason, the Yankees acquired Tim Foley to play short in 1984. The Yankees ended up having something of a revolving door at shortstop, with Meacham, Foley, Roy Smalley, and Andre Robertson all seeing playing time at the position. Meacham emerged with the most playing time of the bunch, logging 840 innings and batting .253 with 2 home runs and 25 RBIs. Despite his limited role, Meacham led the American League, AL, with 14 sacrifice hits for the season. Meacham was the Yankees' regular shortstop in 1985, playing in 156 out of 162 games. He hit just .218 in 1985, but led the major leagues with 23 sacrifice hits. The most notable play of Meacham's career was a bizarre base-running gaffe which also involved Dale Berra in an 11-inning 6-5 loss to the Chicago White Sox at Yankee Stadium on August 2, 1985. With Meacham and Berra the runners at second and first base respectively in the 7th inning of a game tied at 3, Rickey Henderson hit a ball that rolled to the farthest reaches of left center field. When Meacham slipped between second and third base, both runners ended up approaching home plate in synchronized fashion, one on the heels of the other. After catching the relay throw from shortstop Ozzie Guillen, catcher Carlton Fisk tagged out Meacham to his right, then turned his left just a split second later to do the same to Berra, completing the double play. Yankees manager Billy Martin commented, "I've never seen that in grammar school, much less a major league game." The Yankees were growing frustrated with Meacham's generally inconsistent play and had acquired both Paul Zavella and Wayne Tollison in separate deals during the 1986 season to replace him at short. Meacham ended up splitting 1986 and 1987 between the Yankees and their AAA affiliate, the Columbus Clippers. He spent all of 1988 with the big league club, but injuries and the off-season acquisition of Rafael Santana from the New York Mets limited Meacham to only 47 games, during which he saw about half his playing time at second base. Yankees team owner George Steinbrenner was particularly frustrated with Meacham's injuries and lackluster play and often lambasted him in the New York press. Following the 1988 season, Meacham was traded to the Texas Rangers for outfielder Bob Brower. Rangers, Pirates, and Royals. Meacham failed to make the Rangers out of spring training 1989 and was released by the club. He joined the Pittsburgh Pirates shortly afterwards, spending all of the 1989 season with their AAA affiliate, the Buffalo Bisons, but never reaching the major league level. Meacham spent 1990 with the Omaha Royals, the farm team of the Kansas City Royals, again failing to make the big league club. Professional coaching career. After retiring as an active player, Meacham began his coaching career in the Royals MLB system. He proceeded to the Colorado Rockies organization in 1993 and the Pirates farm system from 1994 to 2001. Meacham was given his first managerial job in 2002 with the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, advanced to California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. He held that job through 2004 and returned to the Rockies organization in 2005 as their minor league roving infield instructor. The following season, Meacham received his first major league coaching job when new Florida Marlins manager Joe Girardi named him third base coach in 2006. Meacham was the San Diego Padres' first base coach for the 2007 season, and rejoined Girardi as the Yankees' third base coach for 2008. On October 14, 2008, it was announced that Meacham's contract would not be renewed for the 2009 season. He spent 2009 with the Philadelphia Phillies organization as the batting coach for the Williamsport Crosscutters. On October 30, 2009, Meacham was hired as the first base coach for the Houston Astros under new manager Brad Mills. On August 18, 2012, Meacham was released from the Astros, along with manager Brad Mills and hitting coach Mike Barnett. Meacham was announced as the manager for the Dunedin Blue Jays on January 7, 2013. On January 13, 2014, Meacham was named as the manager for the Toronto Blue Jays AA affiliate New Hampshire Fisher Cats. On November 28, 2016, the Blue Jays promoted Meacham to manager of their AAA affiliate Buffalo Bisons. Meacham was fired on September 5, 2019. In January 2020, the Philadelphia Phillies announced that Meacham was being added to their coaching staff, serving as a coaching assistant to new Phillies manager Joe Girardi. After a disappointing start to the 2022 season, Girardi and Meacham were both fired in mid-season. As of 2023, Meacham is bench coach for the AAA Albuquerque Isotopes, affiliate of the Colorado Rockies. Announced on January 31, 2024, Bobby became manager of the Hartford Yard Goats, AA affiliate of the Colorado Rockies. Personal life. Meacham and his wife, Gari, have 3 children. His mother was born in Kingston, Jamaica. The Meachams gained notoriety in 1985 when Yankees manager Billy Martin and owner George Steinbrenner attempted to refuse to give Meacham a day off to witness the birth of his first child. Well, that is another player profile. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any thought about Bobby Meacham, put them in the comments. I would like to read them. Anyways, like, share, and subscribe. As always, until next time, keep on collecting. Bye.
Hello. John here, Autograph Fisherman, and I have a profile video for you. Today it is Derek Morris. Born August 24, 1978. Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Height 6 feet 0 inches, 183 centimeters. Weight 221 pounds, 100 kilograms, 15 stone 11 pounds. Position defense. Shot right. Played for Calgary Flames, Colorado Avalanche, Phoenix Coyotes, New York Rangers, Boston Bruins, National Team Canada, NHL Draft 13th overall, 1996. Calgary Flames. Playing career 1997 to 2014. Playing career. Morris played minor hockey in the Alberta Midget Hockey League with the Red Deer Chiefs and was awarded the Brian Benning Trophy as the league's top defenseman in 1995. He went on to play Major Junior with the Regina Pats of the Western Hockey League. After his rookie WHL season, in which he scored 52 points in 67 games, Morris was drafted 13th overall by the Calgary Flames in the 1996 NHL entry draft, a somewhat surprising pick as Morris had been projected to be a 3rd or 4th round pick. He returned to play a second season with the Pats, improving to 18 goals and 75 points before turning pro. Following Morris's 1996-97 WHL season with the Pats, he was assigned to the Calgary's American Hockey League affiliate, the St. John Flames, for the final 7 games of the regular season, as well as 5 postseason games. In 1997-98, he scored 9 goals and 29 points in his NHL rookie season with the Flames, earning NHL All-Rookie Team honors. He continued to improve to 34, then 38 points in his second and third seasons with the Flames before an injury-shortened season in 2000-01 kept him to 28 points in 51 games. In 2001-02, Morris was again sidelined after sustaining a left wrist injury. During the season, he was unintentionally involved in a tragic incident in a game against the Columbus Blue Jackets on March 16, 2002, when an Espen Knutson slap shot deflected off him and into the stands, striking 13-year-old Brittany Cecil in the temple. She died from the impact 2 days later, prompting the NHL to implement protective netting at the ends of the rinks at the start of the following season. Morris completed the season with 34 points in 61 games. After 5 seasons with Calgary, reaching the 30-point mark 4 times, Morris was traded to the Colorado Avalanche. He made an immediate impact with the Avalanche in his first season, tallying a career-high 11 goals, 37 assists and 48 points in 2002-03. The following season, Morris was traded for the second time in as many campaigns, this time to the Phoenix Coyotes. He completed the 2003-04 season playing in 14 games and recording 2 assists with the Coyotes after being traded. He finished with a combined 32 points. In his first full season with the Coyotes in 2005-06, Morris tallied 28 points in 53 games, then recorded back-to-back 25-point seasons the following 2 campaigns. On March 4, 2009, Morris was again dealt at the trade deadline, this time to the New York Rangers. He did not re-sign with the Rangers in the off-season, instead signing a 1-year contract with the Boston Bruins worth $3.3 million on July 24, 2009. On March 3, 2010, Morris was traded back to the Coyotes for a conditional 4th-round pick in the 2011 NHL entry draft. After the season, Morris signed a 4-year, $11 million contract extension with the Coyotes. With Phoenix, Morris went deep into the 2012 Stanley Cup playoffs. His highlight of the playoffs was a shot from center ice in Game 1 of the conference finals that beat Los Angeles Kings netminder Jonathan Quick. However, the Coyotes lost the series in 5 games. Though he never officially announced his retirement, Morris has not been active since the 2013-14 season. International play. Morris has represented Canada on 3 occasions at the World Championships. After appearances in 1999 and 2001, he won his first gold medal with Canada at the 2004 World Championships in the Czech Republic. He contributed 5 assists in the gold medal effort. Personal life. Morris has 3 sons, Trayton, Presley, and Asher. He coached for his son Presley's team, the Junior Coyotes 02AA, and also for eldest son Trayton's team, the Junior Coyotes 00AA. Morris settled in North Scottsdale, Arizona. In the summers, he and his family returned to Alberta. Morris is currently an assistant high school coach with Chaparral High. So that's another player profile done. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any thoughts about Derek Morris, put them in the comments. I would like to read them. So like, share, and subscribe. As always, until next time, keep on collecting. Bye.